Sox.
Welcome to JetBlue Park at Fenway South as the Grapefruit League schedule for the Red Sox begins today. It's the Tampa Bay Rays visiting the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Rousseau along with Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Welcome to 2013. Certainly the Red Sox are very excited to get it started. Even in spring training, there are a lot of new faces this year.
Well, that's right, Don. You know, a lot of changes from last year, obviously, and you knew that was going to happen. And a lot of new faces in camp this spring training that we'll get a chance to talk quite a bit about as the spring goes on. A lot of those guys in the lineup today for the Boston Red Sox. So it's been a very interesting offseason. No high-priced free agents coming to the Red Sox, but a number of new guys, and we'll see how they fit into the puzzle for Boston.
Well, the biggest change is at the helm. A guy certainly the Red Sox are familiar with, their former pitching coach, now the manager, John Farrell.
Well, John Farrell, of course, as you mentioned, Don, very familiar with the Red Sox organization, a very popular pitching coach here for Boston a couple of years back, and he comes in with a familiarity of this ball club and organization. A lot of the veterans know him very well. The new guys are learning him. It's been a very calm camp so far for John Farrell, and he is certainly happy to be back with the Boston Red Sox.
Well, the Red Sox certainly very excited to get it started today. A team that they'll face a lot during the regular season. The Rays are here. Dustin Pedroia is limbering up. We're back with the first pitch right after this. On Nesson is presented by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Welcome back to JetBlue Park at Fenway South as we get ready for the Red Sox and Rays. Time to check in with the third member of our broadcast team. And Jenny, we've talked a lot about changes. What changes have you seen so far?
It seems like there's a lot of changes, obviously, in the Red Sox clubhouse. A completely different vibe in there. I spoke with Jared Saltalamacchia. He said that this team is ready to rewrite a story, the story of the 2013 Red Sox. Will Middlebrooks said that the players in the clubhouse are a great mix, a mix of talent and professionalism. Guys that like to work hard but also have a lot of fun. And when I spoke with Clay Buchholz, he said one word: this team is awesome. So, Don, I think that pretty much sums up how the guys are feeling about the team. How about you?
Feeling pretty good, Terry, as we head into 2013, and certainly excited to see this guy take the mound today. And John Lackey, certainly going to be a big part of the Red Sox if they are to go anywhere this season. At the end, he's going to have a big year.
Well, what's amazing about Lackey is the type of shape that he's in. I mean, I didn't recognize him the other day in the Red Sox clubhouse. Lackey, of course, missing all last season with the bad elbow, and he continued to work hard on that all last season and in the offseason. And you can see the 2011 season numbers for John Lackey in 28 starts, the 12-12 record. But it is a guy they are expecting big things from this year. They feel for the first time in 2 years that he is healthy.
You know, fresh off the Tommy John surgery, we take a look at the defense behind him today.
The Red Sox defense today will have Will Middlebrooks at third base, Stephen Drew, the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Lyle Overbay, the first baseman. Left to right, Johnny Gomes, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for John Lackey.
And this afternoon's Tampa Bay lineup is brought to you on Nesson by Southwest Airlines. Ben Zobrist leading it off in right field with Desmond Jennings in center. Matt Joyce in left field bats third. Jack Cutts, the former Oakland A's, the DH, batting fourth. Ryan Roberts at second base. Sean Rodriguez at third will bat sixth. Shelley Duncan, the former Cleveland Indian and Yankee, at first base. Jose Lobaton does the catching, and Hak-Soo Lee is at shortstop. Played at Double-A last year inside the Rays organization. Johnny Gomes, a newcomer to the Red Sox, and Jerry last year, the Oakland A's getting to the postseason. And even though he had only one at bat in the American League Division Series last year, the A's to a man said their clubhouse leader was this guy, Johnny Gomes. And he's been on some very successful teams in the postseason, and a newcomer to the Red Sox in left field.
And that's been pretty easy to see, Don, in the few days that we have been around the ball club down here in spring training. And the fact that very relaxed in the clubhouse and certainly on the field. And he's the kind of guy, I think, that, a lot of the other players are going to look to for leadership. Shane Victorino, another guy that's been around a long time and going to have to learn right field here with the Red Sox and get on the same page with Jacoby Ellsbury out there in center field and be able to cover that big right field at Fenway Park.
So here we go, and all eyes are on John Lackey as the Red Sox turn the page on the 2012 season. It's 2013 as Lackey misses for ball one, and we are underway. Well, a great sight to see John Lackey back on the mound as Ben Zobrist leads it off here for the Rays. Jerry, we were around John Lackey a lot last year, and that's because John Lackey was around all of last year, even though he spent the year on the DL recovering from Tommy John surgery. He was with the club all season, and I think his teammates really appreciated that.
Yeah, they did, and we were talking about how much weight that he has lost, and he's much thinner now than at the end of last season. Now, he did work hard all last year on strengthening that elbow, and then he physically really got in shape in the offseason.
3-0 pitch is in there for strike one.
I saw him the other day in the clubhouse for the first time, and I said, my God, where'd you go? He disappeared on us.
They're hoping to rekindle some of the success he had with the Angels in the past. A leadoff walk here to Ben Zobrist. So Zobrist down to first, and that'll bring up Desmond Jennings.
And Tampa Bay's got a split squad today, but they sent over quite a few of their starting players. So a very representable lineup for the Rays in this game today.
Desmond Jennings, numbers a year ago, having a chance to play on a regular basis, 132 games for the Rays. And he'll slap this through the left side into left field, a base hit. Then Zobrist up to second base on the ringing single for Desmond Jennings.
Now Desmond Jennings takes a high fastball from Lackey. The fastball only about 89 miles an hour and shoots it very hard in that gap between third and shortstop. See location of pitch up, gets his hands above the baseball, top spin ground ball quickly through the infield.
2 on, nobody out, and it brings up Matt Joyce. Lackey expected to go an inning today.
We're going to see a lot of pitches today, Don.
Yes, we have quite a list.
Yes, we do. We're going to see a lot of players in this game today.
Drake Britton, Pedro Beato, Anthony Carter, Jose De La Torre. On the list today for the Red Sox, Oscar Villarreal, Alex Wilson, and the knuckleballer, Stephen Wright, is also on the list today. So that generally happens early in spring training. .0 is foul back and below us. Would you agree that John Lackey this year is perhaps pitching with a bit of a chip on his shoulder to prove that he is better than he has been?
I don't think there's any question about that. I mean, since he has been in Boston, we have not seen the John Lackey we saw with the Angels. And sometimes it takes an injury you know, to all of a sudden wake you up and say, hey, wait a minute now. Okay, I'm hurt. I've got to get that taken care of, and I got to get myself in much better shape. And I think that's what Lackey did. Matter of fact, we know that's what he did all of last season and this offseason. And he's trying to bounce back and become a fan favorite at Fenway, which he has not been.
And he hits Matt Joyce to load the bases. So a 2-1 pitch. It is up and in, and bases loaded here for the Rays in the first inning.
Yeah, not the kind of start that he hoped for. That's for sure. A walk, base hit, and now a hit batter as he comes up and in and gets Matt Joyce. Matt Joyce pretty close to the plate, takes it right off the shoulder. And that quickly the bases loaded with nobody out.
Jack Cuss, the batter. His best years in the major league spent as a member of the Oakland A's as he climbs in on the left side. Lackey falling behind each of the first 4 batters that he has faced today. Cuss last year in 67 games with the Seattle Mariners hit a .213, just 3 home runs. That's on the corner, and it's 1-1. They couldn't ask for better conditions here in Fort Myers in the first couple of weeks of full squad workouts, and of course today the first Grapefruit League action the Red Sox have seen, and packed house here at JetBlue Park. And there's strike 2 from Lackey.
And what the Red Sox are looking for right now is a ground ball to the infield, try to get a double play and minimize this damage here in the first inning.
Swing and a miss. He'll take that. A strikeout for Cuss. No contact. And strikeout number 1 for Lackey.
And that's one thing you can do with Jack Cuss is when you get ahead of him, you can go out of the strike zone. And that's exactly what Lackey does here. They wanted a fastball in, but he gets it up and away. If you stay up above the belt against Cuss, you got a good chance.
So bases loaded, 1 down for Ryan Roberts, who settled into the second base spot last year for the Rays. Finished up the end of the year, last 60 games, sitting at .214. Six homers, 18 runs batted in. Alex Colomé will be on the mound today for the Tampa Bay Rays when they take the field. There's a fly ball to right field, struck well. Victorino going back almost to the track, and he'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Zobrist. He will score. And taking third is Desmond Jennings as the Rays strike first and take a 1-0 lead.
Well, again, you know, like I said, if you get out of this inning, bases loaded with nobody out and only give up 1 run, that's not too bad. A good job right there by Roberts to get a ball that he can put in the air and put it deep enough to get that run home from third base. First chance out there for Victorino in right field.
So 2 down, first and third, and Sean Rodriguez the batter. Just a .213 average a year ago in 112 games for the Rays. Came over from the Angels in the Scott Kazmir deal. Lackey with a check on Joyce at first. Lackey running into trouble here in the first inning. Red Sox had action in the pen right out of the gate. Good pitch there, and he gets it by him for strike 1.
That might have been the best fastball that John has thrown in this inning. Little giddy up on it.
Jennings at third base, Joyce at first with 2 down. That is on the outside corner, much to the chagrin of Sean Rodriguez, and it's 1-2.
Maybe some of the nerves getting away from Lackey now as he picks up that outside corner. Pretty good job by Saltalamacchia to pull it back to the corner to get that strike call.
Runner at first goes. Fly ball to right center field. Victorino coming over and under to make the catch that ends the inning. So John Lackey gets into some trouble in the early going, but gives up only 1 run. Red Sox coming to bat from JetBlue Park after this. Fenway South, Tampa Bay strikes first on top 1-0. Sac fly off the bat of Ryan Roberts, able to score Ben Zobrist and put the Tampa Bay Rays on top 1-0. There's the fans settling in here today at JetBlue Park. This guy Spina recently wrapping up his tenure with the Red Sox a year ago after many years in the press level for the Red Sox.
Yeah, enjoying the good life down here in Southwest Florida.
The fans up on the green monster, JetBlue style here, as we check out the Red Sox starting lineup today. Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off in center field with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Shane Victorino in right field bats third. Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching in the cleanup spot. Johnny Gomes in left field. Stephen Drew is at shortstop. He bats sixth with Will Middlebrooks, a healthy Will Middlebrooks at third base. Lyle Overbay at first base bats eighth. And Ryan Sweeney, the DH today for the Red Sox in the starting 9. Now on the mound today for the Tampa Bay Rays, Alex Colomé, 24-year-old from Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. See his numbers a year ago. He's a Double-A Montgomery and briefly a Triple-A Durham for the Tampa Bay Rays. Started his minor league career in 2007 and pitching just 3 games above the Double-A level, and today gets the start, as Jerry mentioned, a split squad day today for the Rays. And it's Colomé here today as Jacoby Ellsbury stands in. Ellsbury takes ball 1. Well, Jacoby coming in healthy here into the beginning of 2013. Certainly a big year for him. Been tough staying on the field. 74 games a year ago, hitting at .271. This is line foul. Sounded like a broken bat. And it was. Ellsbury will get a new one.
Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay defense while we have a chance. Sean Rodriguez at third base. Hack Ju Lee will be the shortstop. Ryan Roberts at second, and Shelley Duncan, the first baseman. Left to right, Matt Joyce, Desmond Jennings, and Ben Zobrist. And Jose Lobaton doing the catching for Colomé.
The 7th season for Jacoby Ellsbury with the Red Sox, missing most of last year. Yes, he takes a pitch down and in. The year before, in 2011, was the American League Comeback Player of the Year. After being injured a lot of 2010, it seems like it's been every other year for him, and some pretty incredible numbers in between, whether it be stolen bases or home runs. Well, I guess the question there is whether or not Jacoby Ellsbury will be here in a Red Sox uniform beyond this year, and one that'll be talked about, I guess, a lot of the year.
Well, you know what I'm most concerned about, Don, is just keeping him on the field for this season. Try to stay healthy.
and the 32 home run season in 2011 and the 70 steals in 2009. Colomé ready with the 3-2. That's ball 4. Ellsbury will make his way down to first.
That's interesting. It doesn't matter how long you play the game. The very first game you play in spring training, you're about as nervous as you are on opening day. It's amazing. And young players, veteran players. It seems like Lackey was a little bit nervous to start the game. Colomé walking the first batter. I like the sunglasses. Those ones are very nice.
There's Dustin Pedroia with Ellsbury at first base and nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. There's strike one from Colomé. Pedroia in 141 games last year, finished up hitting at .290. Check on Ellsbury is back to the bag. And one thing we found out about John Farrell, watching him from the other side of the field as the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, was that he was very aggressive when it came to the bases and base stealing. And certainly his roster has a lot to do with that and what he is able to do from that vantage point, but he likes to put a lot of pressure on the other team and the other pitcher especially.
Yeah, he does. He feels that the more pressure you can put on a defense, and as an ex-second baseman, I can tell you when there is pressure on, it is a lot more difficult to play defense. And Farrell not only does a lot of stealing, but he does a lot of hit and running. As a matter of fact, the Red Sox this morning were working on just that, the hit and run. Colomé might be one of those difficult guys to put a play on with because his control is not that good. He's a hard thrower, but he does have a high number of walks last year in the minor leagues. There are certain pitches that certain plays are not good with.
It's away, and it's 2-2 now to Pedroia. Well, certainly the Rays pitching staff has been outstanding over the last few years and really what has turned their organization around. Very deep farm system in that regard as well. 2-2 to Pedroia. That is fouled off the screen.
That's a good fastball right there. Colomé at 95 miles an hour on that last fastball down and into Pedroia. It's kind of amazing that Dustin was able to foul that pitch off.
Johnny Dell will catch up with John Lackey coming up here, as John has worked his one inning today in his return after Tommy John surgery and missing all of last year. Gives up a run in the first inning, but certainly finished very well at the end of that inning. It was a pop-up foul ground by the Rays dugout. Shelley Duncan as far as he can go, but it's on the roof and out of play. So Pedroia hanging tough here at 2-2 with Shane Victorino waiting on deck. Pedroia strikes out in the outside corner, according to Travis Carlson, home plate umpire, and they ring up Pedroia.
Calamé really with a pretty nasty fastball on the outside part of the plate to pick up the strikeout against Pedroia. And that's kind of mid-season form right there when you put a baseball in that location. And Dustin thought it might have been outside, but it did look like it picked up the corner, and Calamé picks up the punch out.
One down, one on. Ellsbury at first base, and here is Shane Victorino, one of the newcomers to the Red Sox. Certainly the Red Sox seen a lot of Victorino in the past. Remember the Philadelphia Phillies for a long time, and playing a very good center field for the Phillies. Kind of reckless and abandoned out there in center. And with the Dodgers last year, a total of 154 games between his former Philly team and the Dodgers. And he'll try to get used to the right field here, first at JetBlue Park, and then the tougher right field at Fenway Park. Chop to first. Duncan will go to second for one. Return throw to first is in time. Double play turned by the Rays to wrap up the first inning. So able to work his way around to walk is Calamé. Double play ends the inning. Rays have a 1-0 lead at the end of one from JetBlue. Rays have a 1-0 lead over the Red Sox. We get ready for the top of the second inning, and today's inside word on NESN comes to you courtesy of Bob's Discount Furniture. Let's go down to the dugout where Jenny is with today's starting pitcher, John Lackey.
John Lackey, back on the mound. You had the full support of your team. A lot of hugs in here after you came out. Year and a half since the last appearance. Does it feel good to get this one just out of the way, and how do you think it went?
Oh, it felt great. I'm just glad to be back out there. I had fun. Just arm felt good. Just threw a bunch of fastballs, just trying to, get that going first. And then it's just good to be back out there.
A lot of new faces, a lot of new changes in the clubhouse. What's your overall assessment of the spring training thus far?
Exciting. I think guys are really looking forward to the season. We've got a lot of new guys on the team that really seem like cool guys, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
Thank you very much, John. Don, back to you.
All right, Jay, thank you very much. And Jerry, the first inning of work under his belt, more than anything else, just good to be back on the mound again.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is that it's been so long for John Lackey just to get back on the mound and get an inning under his belt, as he mentioned, through mostly all fastballs. You're not going to see many breaking balls this early in camp, and just to get out there, I think for him is a relief.
Well, one inning done. It's 1-0. Rays on top. New pitcher for the Red Sox as Drake Britton comes into the game. Britton is 23 years of age, and last year they ball in Double-A, combining to go 7-12 on a batting average of .259. He's from Magnolia, Texas. 23rd round pick of the Red Sox in 07.
Now, Magnolia doesn't sound like, to me, a town in Texas. You know what I mean? It sounds like it'd be like in California, Magnolia,
right?
California,
Well, he was actually born in Waco, but he now resides in Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Yeah. 6th season in the Red Sox organization. He had Tommy John surgery himself back in 08. Grounded to first base, playing well over towards second is Overbay, and he'll flip to Britton for the out. I'll remind you to be there for the opening homestand of the 2013 season as the Baltimore Orioles visit Fenway Park for a 3-game series starting with the home opener on April 8th through April 11th. The action continues April 12th through Marathon Monday on the 15th when the Sox battle Tampa Bay. Get your tickets for these great matchups at redsox.com/tickets. One out here in the second inning. Jose Lobaton standing in for the Rays. The Red Sox, of course, begin the regular season on the road. We go to Yankee Stadium, where the regular season ended for the Red Sox last year, and then north of the border to Toronto before returning to Fenway Park.
And a very long spring training this year because of the World Baseball Classic. Starting, about a week and a half early than it normally does. And here we are doing a game on the 23rd. So it's
I don't ever remember doing a game this early in spring.
I don't remember coming down here till March 1st and doing a game.
Yeah. The Baseball Classic, of course, Dustin Pedroia participating in it last time around, not this time. We've talked about the World Baseball Classic a lot over the years. Seems like a great concept. The question is, when is a good time for the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, that's
tough to tell.
That's been the million-dollar question, isn't it? You know, guys come down here and they have a couple of weeks to get into shape. I guess the guys that are going to the Classic have to work extra hard during the offseason so they're ready for it. One thing you don't want to see, obviously, is your players getting injured in that Baseball Classic. Victorino, of course, being one of the guys that'll be playing in a Red Sox uniform.
3-1 is popped up foul ground. Overbay will go as far as he can, and that ends up on the dugout. I've seen a lot of Lyle Overbay over the years, mostly with the Toronto Blue Jays. And as he handled that ground ball at first base, you forget how far over he likes to play. It seems he's way over towards second base a lot, fielding-wise.
Don, I've always liked Overbay. You know, I liked him with the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought he did a very good job defensively at first base. I thought he was a tough out at the plate, and I think it's a good signing, good complimentary signing by the Boston Red Sox.
This ball 4 to Lobaton down to first base. Second walk given up by Red Sox pitching. 1 out, 1 on, and now first base is one of the spots where there's some guys vying for a spot. Mike Karp, traded for by the Red Sox, a guy that they've had their eye on for a while. Daniel Nava has been taking ground balls at first base. I talked to him the other day about the transformation for him from an outfielder to first base, and he's getting a lot of guidance in that area, so he tries to get used to that and add to his versatility. And certainly he'd like to do anything to make this club. And Mike Napoli, the former catcher, partly first baseman, is going to be playing some first base as well, and so got quite a few guys vying for the first base spot.
Now Napoli seems to be the guy that is going to get the majority of playing time, and I think the battle in spring training is going to be for the backup first base position. All the guys that you mentioned, Don.
Will get away off Saltalamacchia's glove, and to second base goes Lobaton.
That ball looked like it just slipped out of the hand of Drake Britton as it just sailed on Saltalamacchia. He did get a glove on it, but you can see Saltalamacchia set up outside. That ball's to his right shoulder and up high, deflects off the glove, and Tampa Bay has a man in scoring position.
That's been a very quiet camp so far, and that's certainly a good thing if you're John Farrell. One out, 1 on. Hak-Soo Lee, the batter, shortstop here for the Rays. Then the count 2-0. Rays have action in their pen. There's Brandon Gomes warming in the pen. Rays starter Alex Colomé working the first inning, and a walk and a strikeout, but a double play to end the inning. That's a strike, and it's 3-1. Great shot from the monster seats here at JetBlue Park, Fenway South. Good fastball there, and it's a full count.
A very toddy swing that time by Lee. As Britton goes to the outside part of the plate to get him with a fastball. Very late swing here. If he didn't make contact, that would have been in the Red Sox dugout.
Makes contact this time and sends one to center field. Ellsbury battling the sun out there as he makes the catch. Lobaton will tag at second and head for third. Gets there without a problem. 2 down in the second inning. So Lee is retired. It's back up top for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist to walk in the first inning, and he scored the game's only run on a sac fly off the bat of Ryan Roberts. And Britton splitting the year last year. 24 starts, 2 relief appearances between Salem and Portland. High A and Double A. Set career highs in wins with 7. And in strikeouts with 118. He finished 5th among Red Sox farmhands in strikeouts. That'll miss and evens the count of 1-1.
Back-to-back breaking balls from Britton to Ben Zobrist. 1 for a strike, 1 missing down and away.
Lobaton at third base, 2 down here in the second inning.
He's been getting underneath a lot of his fastballs. Look like the breaking ball's got good control with it. But when he throws the fastballs, a lot of them have been up in the zone.
Three and one, and another fastball up and away at 95 miles an hour, but off the mark. Zobrist to the swing and a miss. Went after the fastball. Full count.
As Zobrist has that fastball count, 3 balls and 1 strike, and even though the ball might have been a little bit high, let a high, still chased it and no contact.
On the ground left side, Middlebrooks at third base, a step and a throw, and in plenty of time to retire Ben Zobrist and to end the inning. When we come back to JetBlue Park at Fenway South, we'll get our first look at Johnny Gomes in a Red Sox uniform. He'll be coming up. It's 1-0 Rays. The baseball game, and Red Sox Nation down here at JetBlue Park at Fenway South enjoying hot dogs throughout the ballpark today, and it is a beautiful day here once again in Fort Myers. It's that time of year again when the Red Sox playing their first Grapefruit League game of the schedule against the Tampa Bay Rays. We played at the bottom of the second inning with the Rays on top 1-0.
You know, Don, you saw those hot dogs, and as we get into the regular season, I'll be purchasing hot dogs again this year for people.
Looking forward to that, as we always do, and the fans who have the opportunity to have a hot dog bought by you. That's always a thrill.
Exactly. Got quite expensive last year.
Yes. Well, you have plenty of money. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, Jared Saltalamacchia stands in, and Johnny Gomes as promised, and Stephen Drew. Saltalamacchia takes strike one. Certainly a very good tandem of catchers for the Red Sox this season. David Ross, who was acquired by the Red Sox during the offseason, and he will complement Jared Saltalamacchia. Ryan Lavarnway, who finished last year with the Red Sox, also part of that trio for the moment. You wonder if Lavarnway would be better suited to begin the year, or whether he'd be more likely to begin the year with Pawtucket.
It seems that way at this stage of spring training, because so much can happen between now and the end. An injury to one of the catchers, and that completely changes things for Lavarnway. Now, they thought they had strike three right there on Saltalamacchia. That ball didn't miss by very much.
Saltalamacchia did have 25 home runs a year ago. Certainly like to cut down on the strikeouts, especially in the second half of last season. 25 home runs, 59 runs batted in. There's Johnny Gomes waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Changes up on him, and Saltalamacchia strikes out. Second K in the game for the Rays.
Yeah, it's really not fair, Don. You know, if you're a hitter, you haven't faced live pitching very much except batting practice, and all of a sudden Gomes is dropping changeups on you. I think 3 in a row to Saltalamacchia. That's just not fair at this stage of spring training.
Timing is not fair.
No.
So one down here in the second inning, and here's Johnny Gomes. 262 average, 18 home runs, 47 runs batted in the 99 games with the surprise Oakland A's last year. Defeated in the American League Division Series by the Detroit Tigers. Gomes was really part of the beginning of the Tampa Bay Rays turnaround, and on the team that got to the World Series and was defeated by the Philadelphia Phillies. But he was there for the bad and then the good, and he was one of the key guys in their clubhouse for Joe Madden at the time. Gomes hits a fly ball out to short left center field. Desmond Jennings is there for the second out of the inning. Win a free week of youth sports camp at the world's premier training establishment, IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. Go to NESN.com/IMG for your chance to win.
That's where Don worked out all off season. That's
Still
why
working
it's in
out.
Fabulous shape coming in the spring.
Still in training, Jerry. The training never ends. You know how it is for announcers. It used to be back in the day, announcers got in shape during spring training. Now you have to stay in shape all year round.
Just like the players.
Yes. And I am on steroids, but it's for asthma. It's not for my size. 2 outs here in the second inning. Stephen Drew wearing the number that his brother J.D. Drew wore here with the Red Sox. And, of course, Trot Nixon before that. See the numbers for Drew last year between the Diamondbacks and the A's. They had a very bad ankle fracture. Both ankles a problem for him over the last couple of years, and really was never entirely right. Even last year in the postseason for the A's, he was not 100%, but apparently is now for the Red Sox this season.
Watched him move around the other day in infield practice here a couple of days ago. It looked like he was moving around very well. No sign of any problem at all with the ankle.
This is popped up foul out of play.
Hey, Don, I know you were just talking about your workout there. We actually have a lot more on that coming up next inning.
More on my workout?
Yes, sir. You might know where this is going, but the fans at home don't.
I have no idea where this is going. I was only kidding when I said you worked out.
Yeah. Oh, no, Jerry. There is video of a workout that took place recently.
Really?
Yes. I decided that I would take my workout to the park with the players. You know, usually I do it in the comfort of my home or a gym, but now, you know, you have the facilities here to use, so
right.
Might as well use them here. So I worked out on one of the back fields and share some of that with you a little later, apparently.
Well, I'll be looking forward to that.
Yes. Two-two to Drew. Left center field. On the move is Joyce. He'll get there. A little skip at the end to make the grab. Brandon Gomes has a good 1-2-3 inning for the Rays. We play 2. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Back at JetBlue Park at Fenway South, Tampa Bay on top of the Red Sox 1-0 as we venture into the top half of the third inning. Nice breeze out there on the monster seats here at JetBlue Park on a beautiful day in Fort Myers, Florida. As Drake Britton returns to the mound here for the Red Sox, his second inning of relief. John Lackey got the start here today for Boston with an inning giving up a hit and a run. Walked a batter and struck out a batter, but more importantly get that first outing out of the way and put a lot of fastballs in the first inning. Rays will feature 2, 3, and 4 in their lineup here in the top half of the third inning as Desmond Jennings makes his way to the plate. Downfield setup straight away on Jennings, who singled in the first inning. Only hit so far today for Tampa Bay through the first 2 innings. Fly ball out to left center field. Johnny Gomes moving back. So is Ellsbury, and that's going to be off the wall. Ellsbury plays the carom. Into second base goes Jennings with a double. And Desmond Jennings is 2 for 2 on the afternoon.
Now, ball left the bat, and it didn't look like it had enough juice to get off that left field wall. But the breeze today on a very warm and humid day blowing out towards center field, and I think it helps carry this ball out toward that left field wall. It looked like the Jacoby Ellsbury had it lined up and then had to back off the wall to make the play. So Jennings with nobody out in scoring position at second base.
So lead runner on for Tampa Bay, second time in 3 innings. Then here's Matt Joyce hit by a pitch in the first inning. Joyce came to the Rays from the Detroit Tigers, part of the Edwin Jackson deal. And Edwin Jackson has since played for several teams, while Matt Joyce has stayed here with the Rays the entire time. That's up and in. 94-mile-an-hour fastball and a sends him out of the box.
Yeah, again, you know, in this inning, Britton having some trouble with his fastball. His breaking ball has been very good. But the fastball, a lot of them have been left up and out of the strike zones. Also got very good velocity on it. Fastball upstairs again. I think the case is that right now Britton just getting underneath the baseball on his velocity pitches. That's a little better right there as he is able to drive it down through the strike zone, getting that shoulder pointed toward home plate. Getting on top of the baseball.
I know it's early. I know you and I have spent time with John Farrell already during the offseason and, of course, in the past. Do you have a feel one way or another how involved he will be with the pitching staff? I know he's now the manager and worried about 25 guys, but this is a very good pitching coach we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think he can help himself, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think that, you know, if he sees something that's very obvious to him, that he's going to go right to Nava as the new pitching coach and, you know, speak to him about it. I mean, you can't get that out of your system. I mean, it's just been embedded in him for so long. And I think that, you know, he'll see certain things, and he and the pitching coach will work on the same page and try to get those things corrected.
You know, thinking about the years that Lester and Buchholz arrived on the scene, and he was big parts of their confidence and how well they pitched. You think about Daniel Bard as well being on the list, and John Lackey, for that matter, who had success in Anaheim before, of course, but talking about some guys that perhaps he can not fix, but certainly help, and times when they were successful in the past. Saltalamacchia gets rid of the mask and can't make the catch.
I didn't like his chances right from contact. I really didn't. It looked like he had trouble picking the ball up right off contact, and then he takes a peek up into the sun, and I'm not sure he saw the ball very well. You can see him right there struggling. The wind's blowing it back out toward left field, and Saltalamacchia can't handle it.
So another chance for Matt Joyce and a full count here, 3-2. Taken off for third is Jennings. Throw will go into left field on a walk to Joyce. And continuing on homered is Desmond Jennings, as the Rays take a 2-0 lead. A tough sequence for Jared Saltalamacchia.
Well, you got to see this throw go completely wild, and the fact that he had a left-handed hitter up there gave him a wide open shot to third base, but he just lets it go, uncorks it, and it gets by Middlebrooks at third base, and Jennings, who was off with the pitch, is able to score easily.
So 2-0 Tampa Bay. Matt Joyce at first base and Jack Cust getting his second at bat of the day. Cust struck out swinging in the first inning. Only strikeout for Red Sox pitching so far on the day. Broken back grounder back to Britton. Chance for two. Goes to second for one. On to first. There is two. So Joyce retired. So is Cust. Two down when Britton needed that.
Yeah, and a nice job by Britton on this too, because he did not panic. He did not rush. He was able to get a nice bounce. You can see right there, and that gave him the opportunity to set up and give the good throw to Drew at second base, and then return it to first base to get the double play. So it was the pitcher really who made that play by getting himself in a good position to make that throw to his shortstop Drew.
Two down, base is empty, and it brings up Ryan Roberts for his second at bat as he takes strike one. Roberts hit a sacrifice fly back in the first inning and scored the Rays' first run. Run was charged to John Lackey, his only inning of pitching today. Shot back to the mound. Britton's got it again. He'll turn and fire, and low throw, but nicely dug out by Overbay to end the inning. The Rays had a run through 2.5. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. Today. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Jordan's is your official Beauty Rest headquarters and the official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. A beautiful day in Fort Myers. So far, the Rays have a 2-0 advantage as we head to the bottom of the third inning. The bottom third of the Red Sox order coming up. Will Middlebrooks, Lyle Overbay, and Ryan Sweeney to face the new Rays pitcher. Comes in for Tampa Bay, Felipe Rivero from Venezuela, signed as a free agent. And the Rays bring in the left-hander, their third pitcher of the day. Made 27 appearances last year, 8-8, 3.41 earned run average. He pitched at Single A Bowling Green. Participated in the Rays winter development program at Tropicana Field in January. Very similar to the rookie program that the Red Sox conduct every offseason in Boston. There's a liner into right field. Will Middlebrooks takes it the other way for a base hit. And great to see a healthy Will Middlebrooks, and the taste of Middlebrooks that we got last year in the short period of time before he injured the wrist.
And he couldn't wait, could he? First pitch he sees, he jumps on the fastball from Rivero and lines it hard to the opposite field for the base hit. It is good to see Middlebrooks back and healthy at third base for the Red Sox.
Now, Will last year with 15 homers, 54 runs batted in. And it was clear that the third base job was his. And, of course, Kevin Youkilis dealt to Chicago, and Youkilis now a New York Yankee. That's going to be a very interesting situation this year. And we'll see plenty of Kevin Youkilis in the absence of Alex Rodriguez. And Youkilis settling in at third base for New York. Lyle Overbay last year with Arizona and Atlanta. Overbay takes strike two. An everyday player for the Toronto Blue Jays. For several years, spent time in Pittsburgh as well. Member of the Blue Jays from 06 to 2010. The last 3 years, mostly in Arizona, as he swings and misses and strikes out. First strikeout for Rivero. Let's send it down to Jenny Dell.
So, Don, you said that you would do anything to get to 20,000 followers on Twitter. You're officially a member of Twitter right now. You said you would even work out.
What is this?
This is Don's cry to get Twitter followers. There will be much more of this if he doesn't get 20,000. So please, Red Sox fans, please help us. Follow Don Orsillo.
All right, Jerry, this is twofold. Okay, first of all.
Oh, my goodness.
First of all.
It's too early for this.
I am on Twitter for the first time.
I know.
To be truthful. It started on our caravan last week, which we're going to talk more about as the game goes on. But it was discussed a great deal. Previously, people would be confused and say, wow, there were 64 tweets on there before, but it wasn't really me. It was me. What it was my mailbag was sent out on Twitter, but really none of my original thoughts or anything was sent out previously. So I am now in command of the Twitter account. And so I started tweeting last week officially.
How does that turn into a workout in the backfield?
Here's the thing. I came here to work out, as I do most days during spring training.
Do you always work out in your khaki pants?
Sometimes. And my shoes. I find them more comfortable. You know, the sneakers and the whole gym get-up doesn't work for me. I find being business casual working out seems to work better.
I'll tell you had the face of a world-class athlete, I can tell you that.
It's just when the stuff ends up going in the other direction, you can tell that you're probably not in the best kind of shape. But I'm working on it. But anyway, the idea came from the Red Sox. They said, we'd like to help you get to 20,000. And this has happened. I just started last Wednesday, so we have 15,000 right now.
Well, you were picking up thousands by the day on our Magical Mystery Tour throughout New England.
So it's happened quickly, and I'm excited about it. And I'm at 15 now. I'd like to get to 20. So the Red Sox said, "How can we help you?" And they said, "Would you mind if we tape one of your workouts?" And I said, "Sure." So that was it. I went through one of my basic. That's around 8:15 in the morning here at JetBlue Park in the backfields. There is ball 4, and Sweeney will head down to first base.
So, Don, I know we're focused on your Twitter account. Clearly, Jerry doesn't need any help there.
No, he's all set. This is all about me, really, right now.
Well, I'd like it to be about me, too. Right now, I think I'm at 48,000, looking to get to 50,000. So I know you're looking for 20. I'm looking for 50.
And you started when? Last year?
Last year, around this time.
Right. So
you'll get there, Don.
I don't know. Right now I'm pleased with the way things are going, but hopefully many will gather. And what you're at something like 300,000?
I think 330,000. Yeah.
Wow.
But I started a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And
what kinds of things do you say?
Well, yesterday, for example, I said I was excited to get back to spring training. I visited the ballpark for the first time and looking forward to doing today's game, but
here's the thing. The thing and the reason that I resisted for as long as I did was really there's not very much exciting about your life or my life on a daily basis.
I would agree with that.
So it is at times difficult to explain how boring we really are. At times when we're doing whatever we're doing.
I think you got so charged up on that trip that we took through New England that it made you feel like you had to relate to the fans and tell them exactly where we were, which is kind of a roundabout route that we took through New England. We made it through. It was like a presidential campaign, and it was a lot of fun.
And so many people asked about it, and so now here we are. And I'm excited about it so far. I actually tweeted, this is where I'm going with this the other night, I tweeted what I made for dinner. Did you do that? You take pictures of what you make for dinner?
No.
You're not really a chef.
No, I can't. I have people doing it for me.
You have people?
I have people, yes.
Of course you do.
Yes. I mean, if there's something I want tweeted out, I obviously call my people.
This could be 2. Roberts to second for 1, on to first for 2. Jerry, you can work out with me anytime. Tomorrow morning, 8:15. We'll see you in the backfield. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. 2-0 Tampa Bay on top of Boston as we head to the top half of the fourth inning back at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. New pitcher for the Red Sox, third of the day, Alex Wilson into the game. Takes over for John Lackey and Drake Britton. Wilson last year with the Paw Sox, 40 games, 5-3. 3.72 earned run average. Opponents hitting at 270 against Alex Wilson. His fifth pro season after being taken by the Red Sox in the second round of the 2009 draft. Was added to the Red Sox 40-man roster in November this past offseason. First year pro ball was 09 in Lowell with the Spinners. This is for ball one to Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez flied out to right field in the first inning.
So, Don, you were at 15,500 followers this morning. You're up already 1,000 followers from making that statement and showing that video.
This is huge, Jenny.
And it's going to keep growing.
It had to be the video that
you think that did it?
Absolutely.
I think people want to see the rest of that video.
That was it.
Oh, there's so much more to it.
It's out of gas.
If you think about it, that video, when I say 8:15, that day I worked till 10:20. So there's 2 hours more of that.
Don't give me that.
Rodriguez with a swing and a miss. Strikes out for the first out of the fourth inning. First strikeout for Alex Wilson here in the fourth. Oh, right there. I'm not even sweating yet at that point. I mean, I didn't even.
Now, Alex Wilson goes upstairs with the fastball, probably out of the strike zone, but picks up the strikeout against Rodriguez. So Rodriguez 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
I think it's important when you're working out to make the facial expressions too.
Well, that's the thing that hit me. All the great athletes have that intensity in their face, and you could really see it in yours, especially when you're doing your dips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awfully tough for you to get up.
Coming back up. The 0-1 pitch is in there for strike two. Of course, Alex Wilson pitching in the Cape Cod League, 07 and 08. Swing and a miss, and it's back-to-back Ks for Alex Wilson. 2 down. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on NESN is brought to you by New Cape Flyer. Summer weekend train service from Boston to Hyannis. Getting to the Cape has never been so easy. For information, go to capeflyer.com or call 508-775-8504. 2 down in the fourth inning. Jose Lobaton takes a pitch down and in. Lobaton walked in the second inning. One of 3 walks handed out by Red Sox pitching. John Lackey went the first inning, gave up a run on a hit, and a walk and a strikeout. We saw Drake Britton for 2 innings, giving up 1 hit and a run. Walked 2 batters and did not strike anybody out. Lined into left center field, a base hit for Jose Lobaton. Comes with 2 down here in the fourth inning.
That's a pretty nice piece of hitting there by Lobaton. He gets a fastball down and away, and instead of trying to pull the ball, he just goes right with it. They want to go away from him. They get a good pitch down and away, but covering the plate is Lobaton, and a nice piece of hitting right there to pick up the 2-out base hit after a couple of strikeouts.
So 2 down, Lobaton at first. Taksu Lee, a shortstop for the Rays. His second at bat of the day. Flied out to center field in the second inning. On the outside corner, first strike. attempting to become the third Korean-born player to play in the majors for the Rays. Swing and a miss, strikes out, and Wilson ends up striking out the side. 3.5 done here from JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Rays have a 2-0 lead.
Now Tampa Bay leads the Red Sox 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Alex Wilson with a nice inning in the 4th. 3 strikeouts. He get Rodriguez on a fastball up and away. Get Shelley Duncan on a fastball up and away. And then Hack Julie. Fastball down and in the outside part of the plate. So a nice inning for Wilson as he picks up 3 strikeouts. Did give up a base hit.
Well, we venture into the last half of the 4th inning back at JetBlue Park at Fenway South as Dustin Pedroia, Shane Victorino, and Jared Saltalamacchia scheduled to face Josh Luecke into the game now for the Rays. Luecke, 42 games in the minors last year, 2-6 with a 5.59 earned run average. 71 strikeouts to 17 walks. He's 28 years of age and resides in Tampa. Came to the Rays from the Seattle Mariners in exchange for John Jaso in November of 2011. Dustin Pedroia 0 for 1 in the game. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Pedroia struck out looking back in the 1st inning. Luecke's major league experience coming with the Mariners in 2011, 25 appearances. And appeared in just 3 games last year with Tampa Bay. And 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 7 runs on 9 hits.
I take this chance to introduce our band this year. We have some new members. Mike Baker joining us as the director of our broadcast on the keyboard this year. Of course, Michael Narachi directing again this season, who has been very busy down here in spring training doing all kind of yeoman's work with Nesson Daly and the Dennis and Callahan show, and now directing our games. Of course, our vocalist down there, Jenny Dell, in her 2nd season. No rookie again for her this year. Get rid of that rookie status.
It's now gone.
And of course, our lead singer, Don Orsillo, in his 13th season as
unbelievable.
It's the voice of the Red Sox.
So many now for you now. You're up to 26, correct?
This is 26.
Number 26.
Yeah, so new members to the band this year, and we hope to bring you some good Red Sox baseball.
And we welcome Mike Baker. Actually returns to Nessa.
Yeah, Mike was here when I first started out back in 1988. And he's back.
And he says he was 7 years old at the time he started at Nesson's. Shane Victorino with a swing and a miss, spooled on the pitch, is down 0-2. Yeah, Narachi's been pulling double time down here. Up at 3 in the morning for Dennis and Callahan. And he's got the shows at 6 o'clock, Red Sox Live.
Yeah, this is like nothing for him doing a game.
Kind of like a day off.
No. I mean, That's a lot to ask out of one man.
Grounded by the mound to Roberts. Throw on the run, and in time, able to get Victorino. Well, lots of stuff going on here yesterday, even though the Red Sox did not have a game. Is that right, Jenny?
That's right, Don. It was a quick workout for the Sox yesterday morning because they went to go hit the links for the 20th annual Red Sox Children's Hospital Celebrity Golf Classic. Spoke with Shane Victorino this morning. He said he had a lot of fun, but he definitely wouldn't call himself a good golfer. However, Joel Hanrahan claims to be the best golfer on the team. Jim Rice is the winner, though. Jim Rice's group won the Celebrity Golf Classic.
Jim Rice has always been a very good golfer. Tim Wakefield, one of the leaders. Derek Lowe, over the years, also a very good golfer for the Red Sox.
And Jim Rice might be playing 18 right now.
I didn't see him around, did you?
Saw him this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he and Tiant were in the dugout.
And Joel Hanrahan, new closer for the Red Sox. We saw him from afar and up close in the interleague series against the Pirates. Certainly very impressive in the games we saw him against the Red Sox, but appears to be a very good closer. Looking forward to see him work.
I saw him work the other day against Northeastern, pitched the first inning of the ball game and showed that fastball slider that he's popular for. Made easy work out of Northeastern in the first inning of that ball game.
Fly ball hit to deep left field off the bat of Jared Saltalamacchia. It's off the screen and in play. Saltalamacchia headed for second base, and he'll get there standing with a double. Kind of a different look here at the Green Monster at JetBlue Park. It would be off the wall at Fenway Park. It's off the screen here at the Green Monster here at JetBlue and in play, and it's a double for Jared Saltalamacchia.
Yeah, Saltalamacchia taking it deep to the opposite field. You'll see a ball go above the wall and hit that netting. And, of course, that netting here at JetBlue Park is in play. And then the wall continues above that. It's actually taller than the wall at Fenway Park. But they have that netting in there so they can put those seats in. And fans get a great view from that area just outside of left field.
Tell us more about the wall, Jenny.
Well, as you mentioned, it is bigger here. So 37 feet at Fenway. It's 42 feet here. And as you can tell, there's some seats inside the Green Monster where you said the mesh is in play. There's 270 seats inside the Monster. And the scoreboard that's actually on front of the Green Monster, that's the scoreboard from Fenway Park. It was there from 1976 to 2002. So that's actually the Fenway Park scoreboard right there. They actually stored it in South Dakota for years before bringing it down here last season.
There's got to be some Remy dents in that.
Not many. Maybe a couple, but not many. I'll tell you, Jetty's just loaded with information.
A lot of information, a lot of knowledge.
We heard all this on our trip to New England,
yes.
too. She was preparing for the first game.
We have spent more time before this season than maybe all the other seasons, off seasons combined.
It was a good bonding trip.
It was.
It really was. We had a lot of laughs.
Nothing like a road trip to bring the whole group together.
Gary Roy was our driver. He did a very good job. He's also a very good traveling secretary. He had everything set up in the hotels,
restaurants.
It was quite a trip.
We started in Vermont, went up to Montpelier to the State House. Well, first we went to Concord to New Hampshire State House. Then
that was a photo op.
And then up to Vermont. Then to Hartford and Springfield. Then we went to Portland, Maine. And then from Portland, Maine to the Providence area in Warwick, Rhode Island. Finished up at the Warwick Mall. And saw a lot of great people. It was great. We really had a lot of fun. And for all of those who came out to see us, we thank you very much. And there's a ground ball towards the left side. Schiff was on. It's the second baseman Roberts, whose throw is just in time. It's Johnny Gomes. He thought he might have beat it out, but does not. And it's 2-0. Tampa Bay has the lead. A close play at first. And the Red Sox cannot score. To the fifth we go. Red Sox spring training on Nesson is brought to you in part by Bob's Discount Furniture. You score extreme quality, choice, and value at Bob's Discount Furniture. In store and online at mybobs.com. A beautiful afternoon at JetBlue Park at Fenway South, and the Red Sox trail the Tampa Bay Rays 2-0 as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. Red Sox will use their 4th pitcher of the day as Jose De La Torre comes into the game. Last year at AAA, 46 games for Pawtucket, was 9-1 with a 2.80 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at just .219 against him. He takes over for Alex Wilson, ended up striking out the side, mixed in a hit as well in his 1 inning of work. De La Torre is 27 years of age, came over from Cleveland in exchange for Brent Lillibridge, who the Red Sox had picked up from the White Sox in the Kevin Youkilis deal. This year will mark his first full season in the Red Sox organization. De La Torre with no major league experience heading into this season. He will work the top half of the 5th inning with the top of the Rays order coming up. What was your favorite part of the caravan? You had to pick one particular spot or thing.
Actually, meeting the people was the best. I mean, the people were very enthusiastic. We drew some very nice crowds throughout New England, and that was the best. The toughest was lack of sleep. It was
yes.
There was really not much sleep involved in this trip. It was kind of like a presidential campaign, where you're up late at night and up early in the morning.
I can't imagine, because we only did it for 4 days. Imagine doing that for like 2 months.
No, I can't even imagine that.
Well, Ben Zobrist leading it off here for the Rays. Jason Bourjos has come out on deck for Tampa Bay. Looks like he'll be the first pinch hitter of the day for the Rays. Desmond Jennings had been 2 for 2. Flared foul off to the left, out of play. De La Torre from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Down and in, 2-2 to Ben Zobrist, who has played all over for the Tampa Bay Rays, settling into the outfield for the most part last year. And that's a start in right field, leading off today for Tampa Bay. Sends it out to right, where Victorino waits and puts it away for the first out of the 5th.
Now the Bruins are also enjoying the Sunshine State this week, and after Thursday night's exciting win over the Lightning, the Bees look to continue their winning ways Sunday when they face off against the Florida Panthers. Join Jack and Brick for all the action as the Bruins take on the Panthers Sunday afternoon starting at 2:30 right here on Nesson. And the Bruins off to a great start. Tuukka Rask playing very good in the goal.
Incredible start in a shortened season, and you know what? Mike Narachi hasn't done enough down here, so we're sending him to do that game.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Yes. Maybe I'll go with him. Sit in the truck and watch it.
Oh, you can be third man in the booth with Jack and Brick.
No, I can't. I can't do that.
Oh, you can break it down.
Except to say that they're not skating their lanes. I got
That's
nothing
it?
more than
That's all
that.
you got?
Yeah, that's
you used
all
to
I
have back checking. You talked a lot about back checking in the past.
Yeah. Now let them handle that.
Bourjos pinch hitting here for the Rays. Desmond Jennings in the spot have been 2 for 2, single and a double. And the strike call made by the home plate umpire Travis Carlson. Bourjos thought about it, but takes the ball down and in. Jason Bourjos in the big leagues with Milwaukee, the White Sox, Houston, and Kansas City in his time in the majors. Parts of 5 seasons in the majors, trying to make the Rays. Originally a second-round pick by Texas. On the ground left side, Stephen Drew on the run, and in time, 2 down. But today is our first game of the spring here on NESN. We'll give you the next 5 coming up here. All the action right here on NESN will be at Baltimore, Sarasota. Our next game on Wednesday. Then the Pittsburgh Pirates come here on Friday. Then the Yankees March 3rd. The 2 games between the Red Sox and the Yankees during the spring. March 8th against Minnesota. March 9th against the Orioles. Of course, an incredible story last year. And then again at Tampa Bay. That'll be at Port Charlotte. About 45 minutes here from Fort Myers.
Yeah, we've got a pretty good schedule this spring. We don't have a lot of road games to do and not the big travel games. So that's always a good thing.
On the ground and a fair ball inside the bag at first. Down the line, kicks off the boxes. Thinking 2 is Joyce. You better hurry. The throw to second is going to be not in time. Got away. Drew could not field it cleanly on the throw from Shane Victorino. And Matt Joyce has a 2-out double.
I think it surprised Victorino that Joyce was going for 2. And I think that caused him to rush to throw just a little bit. It's going to bounce in at second base. See Victorino backhand the ball, takes a peek, and then sees the runners going, so he has to rush it. And Drew can't handle the bouncing throw. And into second base goes Joyce. Joyce thinking about a deuce all the way.
So 2 down, Matt Joyce at second base, and Jack Costa is the batter. He's had the misfortune of striking out and grounding into a double play. 0 for 2 today. Grounder foul. Matt Joyce at second base. So 2 down here in the top half of the 5th inning for the Rays. Jose Delatorian for his first inning of relief. Takes over for Lackey, Britton, and Wilson, who had pitched previously in this game for the Red Sox. If you're just joining us, John Lackey's return. A year and a half in between his Tommy John surgery, returning to the mound here today for the Red Sox. Win an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, a walk, and a strikeout, and his first outing out of the way. Costa with a swing and a miss. Strikes out for the second time today. They leave Joyce at second. Great day to be in Fort Myers. Even better day to be at Red Sox spring training. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. Sox fans, chill out at spring training with Nesson and a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee in hand by entering the Chilled Out at Spring Training sweepstakes. For your chance to win a trip to Fort Myers, follow Nesson and use hashtag Dunkin' Ice Sweeps to tell us how you'd most enjoy a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. For more details or to enter online, visit Nesson.com/Dunkin' Donuts. Fifth inning back at JetBlue Park. Rays on top 2-0, and Stephen Drew leads it off for Boston. Back on the mound is Josh Lukey, his second inning of relief for Tampa Bay. Stephen Drew flying out to left field in the second inning, 0 for 1. On the outside corner. Rays have used Colome, Gomes, Rivero, and now Lukey. As the Red Sox feature Drew, then Middlebrooks, who waits on deck, and Lyle Overbay anticipated in the inning. That's strike two. You have a grasp on the changes?
I'm starting to get one, yes.
When you're ready, let me know.
Oh, you're leaving it to me.
2-2 to Drew. I think they're wholesale.
And the only change I don't have is in right field. And now I'm getting it. Oh, it's the same. Ben Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist still out, right?
Okay. Thanks, Ben.
Down and in, ball 4. And down to first base goes Drew. Leadoff walk. There's the third walk given up by Rays pitching today. A pinch runner at first base for the Red Sox. So Jose Iglesias will pinch run for Stephen Drew. So day over for Stephen Drew. Fly out and a walk, and there's Jose Iglesias wearing the number 10. In there for a strike to Will Middlebrooks.
Notice Iglesias at first base. He put on some weight in the offseason, put on about 10 pounds of muscle. Try to get him a little bit stronger as we head into this 2013 season.
Snap through to first, and Iglesias back to the bag. Iglesias changing his number, so to Will Middlebrooks. Now wearing the number 16. In the dirt, knocked down by Lobaton. No advance at first base.
I believe that's Thomas now behind the plate.
Are you ready to give us the rest?
I think I can. Thomas behind the plate, Anderson at first base, Coyle at second base, O'Malley the shortstop. There's the block, as you see right there. Very nice win by Thomas. Tarocco at third base, Morrison in left field.
Who's at third?
Tinoco.
This one is fouled off to the right, out of play.
T-I-N for those scoring at home, O-C-O.
Tinoco.
As we enter our first fog of spring training.
One and two to Will Middlebrooks. Iglesias at first base. Nobody out in the Boston fifth inning. A foul off to the right, out of play. Lined and caught, could be 2. Iglesias will be doubled off. 2 down now in the 5th. And Coyle turns it into a double play.
Yeah, it's really one you should not get doubled off on because it's clearly the line drive, and you can see it right there. Iglesias taking a couple of steps towards second base, and he's really got no chance. So that's one way you've got to kind of freeze at first base and make sure that ball gets over the head of the infielder.
So 2 down here in the 5th inning. And it brings up Lyle Overbay. Overbay struck out swinging in the 3rd inning as he takes strike 1. Overbay off the pitcher, kicks out to short. O'Malley's got it, and the throw to first in time. That'll go 1-6-3 on the putout that ends the 5th. We're through 5. Tampa Bay on top, 2-0.
Back to JetBlue Park. As I mentioned earlier, yesterday was a short day for the Red Sox. So Red Sox newbies Johnny Gomes and David Ross went gator hunting. That's right, they went gator hunting. And Johnny Gomes said that the outfits, as you'll be able to see, were half the battle. They wanted to make sure they looked the part. Johnny also said he was glad he can now check this off his bucket list. David Ross said it was more like gator watching than gator hunting. And they were just excited that they could get back here. And as you can see on this shirt, they're happy that they survived the trip. Overall, they said it was a great time. Don?
Sure, maybe that's what we should do. We should go gator hunting before the end of spring. What
Sounds
do you
good. I need a shirt.
Yeah, I'll meet you tomorrow morning early. That was a small gator.
That was very small gator. We'd have to go after the big guys.
Yeah, we're going to Alligator Alley.
Yeah. We know where to go.
We know where to go. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right.
Well, the Red Sox making several changes here in between innings. Anthony Carter is on the mound now. 39 appearances last year in the minors. 4-6 with a 4.60 earned run average. 54 strikeouts, 22 walks. His battery mate and alligator hunter David Ross do the catching. Big pickup for the Red Sox during the offseason. One that they're very excited about. And sounds like he will catch more than your average backup. As John Farrell has talked about him quite a bit during the spring. Ross sharing time with Jared Saltalamacchia, who started this game today. This one chopped foul. 0-2 is Anthony Carter into the game here for the Red Sox. One is a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. First out of the 6th inning. Good start for Anthony Carter.
Carter here going with the breaking ball. And again, you know, early in spring training, I mentioned that you see a lot of hitters missing the breaking ball. Their timing is usually on the fastball. And if you're a pitcher out there, and especially a young pitcher, and you want to get outs, the way to do it is generally with the breaking ball or changeups. The timing is not quite there for hitters.
In there for strike changes for the Red Sox defensively. Jose Iglesias now at shortstop after he pinch ran, and Xander Bogaerts in at third base for Will Middlebrooks. Daniel Nava at first base takes over for Lyle Overbay. One down in the inning, and a pitch outside for a ball. Leslie Anderson batting here for the Rays. On the ground right side. Pedroia is there at second. There's 2 down here in the 6th inning. The Sox fans, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium today and watch over 150 select live spring training games. Plus every regular season game is live or on demand on over 250 mobile and connected devices. Visit RedSox.com for details. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Shelley Duncan been batting in the spot, but it is Mark Thomas bats here for the Rays. Red Sox new left fielder is Jeremy Hazelbaker into the game. Ellsbury remains in center, and Victorino remains in right. In there for a strike, 1-1. This one fouled back to the screen.
And Carter is actually making his 2nd appearance. He worked against Northeastern an inning in that ball game and had 3 strikeouts against the Huskies. But his first appearance in a major league game this spring.
Thomas outside, and it is now 2-2. Carter has retired the first 2 that he's faced here in the top half of the 6th inning.
What'd the first guy do down? I missed it.
Swinging strikeout.
Okay.
For Rosario.
Then it was a 4-3.
For Anderson. Grounded out to second base. Now we'll see what Thomas's fate here is on a 3-2 pitch. And he strikes him out to end the inning. So a nice 1-2-3 inning for Anthony Carter. 5.5 done. Tampa Bay on top, 2-0. Training baseball on Nesson is presented to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Great spot to watch Red Sox baseball here at JetBlue Park as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox looking to grab some runs here in the inning as Tampa Bay enjoys a 2-0 advantage. Rays getting single runs in the 1st and 3rd, and they bring on their 5th pitcher of the day, Marquise Fleming, who has never pitched in the majors. Last he has pitched is in Double-A and last year in Montgomery. 48 games, 4-5 with a 4.48 earned run average. 76 1/3, had more than a strikeout an inning with 78 Ks during the year for Marquise Fleming. Originally a 24th round pick in 2008. He's out of Oakland, California, and 26 years old, working his way up the Rays organization. Ryan Sweeney will lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, Jerry, very much I enjoyed having my family down here for the last week. They'll be trying to go back to Boston tomorrow, like some fans will. I'm sure more snow apparently is on the way.
Yeah, I saw your 2 daughters here at the ball game today, enjoying a beautiful afternoon here in Fort Myers.
Usually try to get to 1 spring training game a year. This is vacation week in Rhode Island.
I know you had a great week with them.
We had a lot of fun. Sweeney will chop it right side. Coyle at second base throws him out for the first out of the inning. My mom is here as well with them. Sydney on the right. Madison tucked back there on the left. And Grandma's having a good day today. She's got her hands full with Sydney and Madison.
I like the outfits. Got the Red Sox jersey on.
Sid's got the stylish Red Sox thing going on. One out here in the 6th inning for Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury walked in the 1st, grounded into a double play in the 3rd.
Now, you took a trip in the offseason, didn't you?
I did. I went to Italy.
You enjoyed it?
I did. I loved it. My 2nd trip to Rome.
Yeah. You went to the Vatican?
I did.
Any chance of you becoming the new pope?
I don't think so, no. Have you thought about it?
No, no.
They would probably look into things, I would think.
Yes, I would think so.
Sort of be the end of that. It's kind of like why you won't run for president.
Yeah, there's
some skeletons.
There are some things there.
And some stuff.
Might come out. Better off staying in this job.
Yes. This is in the air to left. Morrison's on the run. He dives, can't get it, but he does a nice job of knocking it down. And to second base goes Ellsbury with a 1-out double. Nice bid by Morrison.
Yeah, and nice effort out there by Morrison. Goes completely outstretched, trying to take that slicing soft line drive away from Ellsbury, but Ellsbury able to go to the opposite field, slicing away and tailing away from Morrison in left field. Dives, knocks it down, but Jacoby still ends up at second base with a double, and that's going to be the afternoon for him.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will run for him and likely take over in center field. That's second with 1 out. Dustin Pedroia is coming up. Pedroia 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in the 1st, fouled out in the 4th inning. Bradley with a short lead at second base. Coyle stays close to him at second as Roy the Green Monster has made his way down here for the spring. It's a day game. He's got the eye black going. Always available for a picture.
Got a little clip coming up a little later of you with some eye block on. Got a lot of things about you today. It's all about you. The show's about you.
Actually, that show is not about me.
Huh?
That show is not about me, the show you're referring to. The Best of Don and Jerry, our second, is coming up. We're excited about that. Last year we had the first. This one I think is even better from the 2012 season. Some very embarrassing moments. And I don't know, have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
I have seen it. There's stuff on there that I never imagined. Some stuff that wasn't even on the air. Very dangerous. As Pedroia heads down to first base. Speaking of that, if you missed Jerry and I during the offseason, you can relive.
See that in the club.
Yeah. Our favorite moments from last summer, along with some video you've never seen before. The Best of Don and Jerry. Don't miss it next Sunday at 1 p.m. before our Sox-Yankees spring training game right here on Nesson. It'll be 1 o'clock next Sunday. And boy, what a difference that made for day games.
I thought you were going to continue that, but that came to a screeching halt.
It did come to a halt. We lost quite a few games.
Yeah.
So
well, we lost a lot of games last year, and a lot of things came to a screeching halt.
93 is a lot, and we had a lot of fun, but not a lot of fun was had all the time. So, but we had a good time. I look forward to that second show, which again you can see next Sunday at 1 o'clock. Jim White, who is our associate producer, did a fantastic job with it once again, and Mark Marlaka worked hard on that during the offseason. This is lined and caught on a hop. They'll go to second for one, on to first for two. Turned into a double play that ends the inning. So Coyle turns it. We have played 6. Tampa Bay has a 2-0 advantage.
Welcome back to JetBlue Park. Folks, we have stalled at 17,200 fans for Mr. Don Orsillo. We're looking to get to 20,000, so please help us out. Follow him at Don Orsillo. And watching this video, I think we have our first nominee for this year's Don and Jerry Best of. Right there.
Jenny, thanks for the plug. Trying to get to 20,000. We got a quick 2,000 bump there, Jerry, and we just kind of stopped at 17,000. So we're trying to get to 20.
Maybe not today, but you'll get there. You'll get there.
It's 2-0, Tampa Bay on top as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. New pitcher here for the Red Sox as we play along to the 7th. Pedro Beato. 11 appearances last year. 1-0 with a 6.75 earned run average.
I was just curious when you were going through your workout routine for camera.
Yes.
If you were at all embarrassed that, maybe like a football player might be watching that, or somebody who's really in shape.
Somebody's in shape? No. I think it's all about the effort. And if you're trying to be in shape and get in shape and you work hard, then you shouldn't be embarrassed of anything. Don't be ashamed of your body, Jerry.
I'm not.
Just get out there. Yeah. Throw it out there, Jerry. 0-2 is in the dirt.
See, now I know how your schedule goes. It goes from doing nothing to until about the end of July. And that's when you start to pick it up again for the playoffs.
Right.
And, so.
We've been together long enough. You know my schedule.
Yeah, I know your schedule.
There is that playoff push, though, that takes place July and August.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I always know when we're getting close to the end of the season because you start working out again. Understand you jumped another 2,000 in
seriously
Twitter followers, yeah,
in the last couple minutes.
Yeah.
So we got a shot for 20.
Yeah.
That is wild. On the ground towards shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Whoa.
Wild throw, and they don't get him. Nava comes off the bag that time. Throw to the home plate side, pulled Nava. Normally very short-handed Iglesias.
Well, these are the kind of things that I think Jose, has to get under control. It's kind of a, that sidearm flip to first base when he had plenty of time to maybe get himself set, make an overhand throw and a more accurate throw to first base. And that ball tailing up and away from Nava, the first baseman, and that should probably go as an error on Iglesias, I would think.
It is a miscue. Second error of the day for the Red Sox. Jared Saltalamacchia had been charged with an error earlier in the game. Tinoco the batter with a runner at first. Nobody out here in the Rays' 7th inning. This is in the air to right field. Mitch Meyer is out there for Boston. And Meyer makes the catch for the first out of the 7th.
What are we going to get to? 20,000?
20,000 was kind of the goal today, yeah.
To see more video?
Yes, there's the full workout video that is available. That's just a taste.
Oh,
there's a full 2-hour workout.
There's more of that?
2 hours I worked out, Jerry. I didn't get into a sweat. That was the early calisthenics.
That was on the agility field.
Yes. On the ground to first base, picked by Nava. He'll take it to the bag himself. Nicely done. As he adjusts to first base. Nice play down there at first base for the second out of the inning.
A little hit and run action put on here by the Rays. As you see Morrison off for second base. No play at second for Nava, so he'll just take the one at first. And the Rays, with their 2-0 lead, get a man in scoring position now with 2 outs in the inning.
So 2 down, runner at second. There's Bourjos, who grounded out to shortstop in the 5th inning. He took over for Desmond Jennings. In the dirt, kicks off Ross, but not far enough for Morrison to try for third base.
Of course, the Red Sox picking up David Ross, the catcher, very good defensive catcher in the National League. And the Red Sox looking to add to the defense behind the plate. That time tried to backhand the ball, which is unusual. A lot of times he'll try to play that ball and just block it instead of backhand it.
We're at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Grapefruit League game number 1 for the Red Sox. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Jenny Dell bring you Red Sox spring training baseball from Fort Myers, Florida. Glad you've joined us today. The
Tampa Bay Rays enjoy a 2-0 advantage over the Red Sox here in the top half of the 7th inning with 2 outs and Morrison at second base. Pedro Beato on the mound here for the Red Sox. Count of 2-2. Bourjos reaches out and fouls it off to the right, out of play.
That's a nice job by Bourjos right there, because that's a pretty nasty pitch from Beato. That ball down and away, going to be a strike. Just kind of reaching over, fouling it off, giving himself another chance. They wanted to go away. The pitch was outside, too close to take.
In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play.
Let's go, let's go.
Rays and Red Sox meeting for the first of 6 times this spring. On the ground, softly down the third baseline. Bogaerts now in a rundown here. Morrison is tagged out, and the inning is over. 7th inning stretch from JetBlue Park. Rays have a 2-0 lead. Red Sox finish off the rundown. Academy in Bradenton, Florida has trained some of the world's top athletes. Now it's your turn. Go to NESN.com/IMG for your chance to win a free week of youth sports camp. There are plenty of Red Sox fans, young fans here today enjoying Red Sox baseball. First Grapefruit League game of the spring schedule for the Red Sox, and we play into the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox trailing 2-0. So far, not a lot to cheer about offensively for the Red Sox against the Rays. Been held to a couple of hits on the day. Middlebrooks with a single, Saltalamacchia with a double, and Jackie Bradley Jr. pitch ran for Jacoby Ellsbury after he doubled. So 3 hits today for Boston. David Ross coming up for his first at bat of the day. Last season with Atlanta, 62 games for Ross. And expected to play in about the same amount of games this year with the Red Sox and his new team. Ross takes strike 1. That's 4 years in Atlanta for Ross.
Good breaking ball that time from Fleming, and again had Ross completely fooled on it. Those off-speed pitches early in the spring.
Ross broke into the big leagues in 2002 with the LA Dodgers. 4 seasons with the Dodgers, 1 with Pittsburgh, 3 years with Cincinnati, with the Red Sox for 8 games in 2008, and the last 4 years in Atlanta. Pitches in the dirt. Do you remember David Ross's 8 games with the Red Sox in 2008?
Yeah, I've really struggled to try to remember those. I can honestly say I did not. Of course, I'm the same guy that had the wrong headset on to start the game today.
Swing and a miss. Ross strikes out for the first out here, the 7th inning.
That's been very good Tampa Bay pitching all afternoon here at JetBlue Park. And pitching really has been the story for this organization over the last 5-6 years. It seems like they lose some, but they get good pitches back from their minor league system.
One down here in the 7th inning. Marquise Fleming. Hazelbaker with a swing and a miss for strike 1. Took over in left field last inning. Hazelbaker, 25 years old, 4th round pick by the Red Sox in 2009. Last year, AA and AAA, Portland and Pawtucket. The Paw Sox in 7 games at 267. Spent the bulk of the year with the Sea Dogs, hitting at 273 with 19 homers and 64 runs batted in. It's his 5th pro season coming up, and his first major league spring training. This will bounce in. Look at the combined numbers for Hazelbaker last year. Thought about it. Did he pull the trigger? No, says the third base umpire, and evens up now at 2-2.
Take another look at the check swing here by Hazelbaker. Did not look like he. It did look like he had control of the head of the bat.
Rolls it over foul. 2-2 again.
Of course, Don thinks that everything that they start at is a complete swing. And I've been trying for 13 years to convince him that that's not the case.
I think the rule should be changed. If you intend to swing, then that should be a swing. It would shorten the game.
That's of most concern.
This one is fouled to the screen. Exit 2-2. We had some ideas for the commissioner a couple of years ago. I forget what a lot of them were. I think you get in the box that counts 2-2.
Now, my big one is no trips to the mound by pitching coaches.
And you're right about that.
I don't think that should be allowed.
Have you ever had a hitting coach call timeout and come talk to you while you were hitting?
It's like, swing and miss and call timeout and I want my hitting coach to come out. He gets allowed one visit. I don't think that's correct. And a lot of times, too, if you ask the pitchers, a lot of times the pitcher coach comes out, they don't want to hear it anyway.
Right. They don't want to see him.
They're not even listening.
Full count here to Hazelbaker. There's ball 4. Earns a 1-out walk.
Well, let's see if the B team can get something going here offensively for the Red Sox. Been very quiet this afternoon. Only the 3 hits. No runs.
Here's Jose Iglesias with one out and a runner at first. We saw Iglesias a lot of last year for the Red Sox. No doubt about his glove. Offensively, has been a struggle for Iglesias. And an interesting offseason for him in that he had to be watching what's going on with the Red Sox as he hits one high and deep in the air to left. Morrison back at the wall, and that ball is gone. 2-run home run for Jose Iglesias, who is powered up. And Boston with one swing of the bat ties the score at 2-aside. You mentioned the extra strength, and we get a good look at it right there.
Well, he did a lot of work in the offseason. As a matter of fact, he spent the offseason getting stronger. He spent some time with Dustin Pedroia out in Arizona. You know, when I watched his swing, Don, last year, he's not a punch and Judy type hitter. He's got a complete swing, and he just showed it right there with a little pop to hit that home run over the left field wall. And a lot of times you think of weak hitters in the minor league, and you see him kind of be like punch and Judy hitters. He's not that kind of hitter. He's got a good swing. He's got a strong swing, and it's a case of him being able to stay on top of the baseball. Look at the home run again by Iglesias. Now that pitch is about letter high, but he's able to still keep his hands above the baseball and drive it out of the ballpark for the home run.
Bogaerts hits one on 2 hops to second. Coyle will throw him out for the second out of the inning. But if you're Jose Iglesias and you're watching what's taking place in Boston and the signings during the offseason, see Stephen Drew coming, and you're wondering, geez, this was going to be my time, and now all of a sudden you get Stephen Drew here. He had to be, I guess, not pleased is, I guess, the thought process, wondering what his future is going to be, whether it's now or next year or where.
Yeah, what's that stigma of not being able to hit in the minor leagues? It's never been the glove. The glove's always been there. And the question is, he came up last year, did not hit much for the Red Sox when he came to the big leagues, and Red Sox felt like they needed a veteran in that position, and they went out to get Drew, but that doesn't mean that Iglesias cannot win the job. It's tough when you're competing against a veteran guy like Drew, who's had success in the past, but I mean, if the guy comes out and has a sparkling spring training, you may reconsider how much he's going to be used anyway.
Daniel Nava batting as he took over at first base for Lyle Overbay. Nava trying to add to his versatility, trying to find his way onto the club here. And first base is an option as he's been taking ground balls and playing there here today for first time and working very hard at it. Along with Brian Butterfield, the Red Sox third base coach and infield instructor, and they're working hard to try to make him a first baseman. Brian Butterfield from Maine, and very happy to be on the Red Sox staff after being in Toronto for so many years and was under John Farrell's staff in Toronto. And he is ready to be the third base coach for the Red Sox at Fenway Park. Certainly had plenty of experience doing it with the Blue Jays, and a chance to talk to him the other day, and we were talking about the hardest play he thought at Fenway Park, and that's that left field corner. He feels that trying to get in the baseline. You're almost in the runner's path when you're trying to get a look down that left field line into the corner. He thought that was the toughest, but feels very secure about this season and taking over as a third base coach in Boston. We wish him well.
Well, we see that all the time with third base coaches in Boston at Fenway Park, where they're almost on the field of play trying to get a look down that left field line and to be able to judge whether they're going to send a runner or hold a runner.
Inside, Nava almost hit. He'll take ball 4 and head down to first base. So base runner here with 2 outs for the Red Sox.
Actually, sounded like it did get a piece of Daniel Nava. Let's take another look. I think it did, Don. I think it might have got him just below the knee. I thought I heard the little tick. You know that tick you hear?
Yeah. So we'll go with you. We'll say he's a hit batter.
I'm going to say it's a hit batter.
He's a chopper to first base. Anderson's got it. He'll tag the bag to end the inning. Well, the Red Sox get some power from Jose Iglesias. It's a 2-run shot, ties the game 2-2. We head to the 8th. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Jordan's is your official beauty rest headquarters and official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. No, the Red Sox have tied the score 2-aside. Jose Iglesias with a 2-run home run. It's 2-2 as we head to the 8th inning. Iglesias showing some power for the Red Sox after they had been held to just 3 hits in the first 6 innings, and Red Sox have tied it up. Boston moving on to their 7th pitcher of the day as right-hander Oscar Villarreal comes into the game for Boston. Villarreal has pitched in the big leagues with Arizona and Houston in the past. Last time in the big leagues for him was 2008 as a member of the Astros. Villarreal last year spending the year at AAA Norfolk. It's 3-4 with a 2.88 earned run average and 37 appearances out of the pen.
Yeah, he also worked in that double header against the college teams. He pitched against BC. Pitched inning in that game, a walk, a strikeout, no runs.
Coyle to lead it off as he takes strike 1. Rays getting their runs in the first and third innings today. Sac fly scored the first run for the Rays back in the first inning. Ryan Roberts on a sac fly scored Ben Zobrist, and then an error charged to Saltalamacchia. Stolen base by Desmond Jennings of third, that scored on the throwing error by Saltalamacchia. But the Red Sox have tied it up 2-2. Thanks to the 2-run shot by Jose Iglesias. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Coyle bats now. Jack Cust, who has played the entire game here for the Rays, waits on deck.
Strike 3 call. Villarreal strikes out the first raid that he faces here in the 8th.
Going to the breaking ball, the slide into the outside part of the plate to pick up the strikeout against Coyle. It's a well-pitched game today on both sides, Red Sox and Rays. There's the breaking ball to the outside part of the plate. Strike 3 called. How many followers, Don? You've been checking here between batters.
Let's see. I think we stopped again.
Stopped?
Yeah. We started strong and then we stopped. Let's see what we got here.
We had a big bump, and then it's kind of.
No, it says Twitter service is unavailable, currently unavailable. So maybe I've blown up my account. Into right field. Base hit for Cust, who's aboard for the first time today. The DH for the Rays. It struck out twice and grounded into a double play, but as a single to right.
Yeah, we talked early in the game about Cust being a low ball hitter, and that time he did get a ball down in the zone and puts it on the line in the right field for the base hit.
One out, one on. And it brings up O'Malley. $18,026, Jerry.
So had a big jump today.
Yes, we had 3,000 today. Still short, though. Still short.
This could go extra innings.
It could.
You never know.
The one is lined and off the glove at second base of Brock Holt. He was thinking 2, but now he has a chance to get the runner at second and does. So work out to be a force out on a play he was thinking double play on and could not catch.
Yeah, he completely took his eye off the baseball because he was thinking about the double play at first base on the line drive. You can see right there how he's kind of looking to first base, but the ball's not in his glove yet. Fortunately, that runner had to freeze because he thought he was going to get doubled up, and then they finally do get the force out at second base. So that makes Holt feel a little bit better about the results of that. Also keeps a man out of scoring position.
Here is Anderson with 2 down and a runner at first, and this will get away from Ross. The second base goes Cust. I beg your pardon, O'Malley taking second base with 2 outs.
And that's big, especially in a tie ball game here late, eighth inning. The wild pitch. And O'Malley getting in a scoring position at second base. Really not much that Ross could do about that at all. It was so far off the plate.
Two down, O'Malley at second base. Anderson waiting on a 1-0, and he hits a high fly ball to right field. Meyer back at the wall, and that ball is gone. 2-run home run for Anderson. It puts the Rays back on top by 2, 4-2. Ball just kept carrying to right field and into the bullpen in right. Rays lead by 2, 4-2.
Well, they answer very quickly. The Red Sox with a 2-run home run to tie the ball game up, and with 2 outs in the inning, Anderson taking it deep to the big part of the ballpark. Out there to the Red Sox bullpen. Mayer going back. He'll take a leap, but that's way over his head. Don, I just had a baby staring at me in the face. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. To short. Iglesias throws him out to end the inning, but the Rays get a 2-run home run from Anderson. It's 4-2 Tampa Bay. Choose one game in April or May. Hear that with either opening day or a summer weekend game for double the fun. Tickets are available in a variety of seating locations throughout Fenway Park. So choose your games now at redsox.com/tickets. Well, the Rays getting a 2-run home run in the top half of the 8th inning. Tampa Bay on top 4-2 as we head now to the bottom of the 8th. And Matt Bushman is into the game here for Tampa Bay, their 6th pitcher of the day. Right-hander comes in to pitch the bottom of the 8th. Bushman, a 29-year-old, born in St. Louis, Missouri. Resides in Leawood, Kansas now during the offseason. Came to the Rays from the Washington Nationals in exchange for cash considerations. And has not pitched in the majors before. Last year, 26 games in the minors. 3.98 earned run average. Over 150 innings.
Kind of small. It's hard to read those signs.
Yes,
I think there's something missing, though.
Key element to that. Well, last half of the 8th inning, Jackie Bradley Jr. took over in center field for Jacoby Ellsbury. A lot of people talking about his future and what to expect from him in the near future. A lot of people asking John Farrell about some of the younger guys in the Red Sox organization. This is one of them. His name comes up quite a bit. Very good prospect for the Red Sox that they are excited about. This one grounded through the right side into right field, a base hit. So Jackie Bradley Jr., who's just 22 years of age, got himself a base hit. His 3rd pro season.
Very quickly by Anderson at first base as he shoots that ground ball in the gap. And the Red Sox put the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So a lot of the offense coming late in the game in this one for both teams.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox. Brock Holt, who took over at second base, now bats. Last season with the Pirates in 24 games, Holt hit at .292. No homers and 3 runs batted in. .24 games in Pittsburgh, his first major league experience. As he takes the strike. It was a 9th-round pick by the Pirates in 2009. Red Sox picking him up as part of the Joel Hanrahan deal. Mark Melanson going the other way. Stolmy Pimentel, Ivan DeJesus, and Jerry Sands. Go to first, and Bradley's back to the bag. Bradley, the Red Sox minor league player of the year, voted by the Boston baseball writers after his first full minor league campaign. He's at first as Holt takes strike 2.
That's quite an honor, too, when you really think about it. All the guys that play in minor league baseball at all the different levels in an organization to become the player of the year in the minor leagues for the Red Sox.
Baseball America has ranked him as the #2 prospect in the Red Sox organization. There's a fly ball to shallow center. As Bourjos makes the catch out there in center for the first out. 1 on, 1 out. Mitch Meyer coming up. Well, Mitch Meyer, a guy we saw in the past with the Kansas City Royals. His entire career spent in Kansas City prior to this spring training. Parts of 6 seasons with Kansas City. Last year got into 32 games with the Royals. Played 127 games with Kansas City in 2009.
Swing and a miss and a foul tip, 1-1. Outside for ball 2, 2-1 to Mitch Meyer. Meyer broke into the big leagues in 2006 with Kansas City. First round pick by the Royals, 30th overall in 2003. Out of the University of Toledo. Bradley back to the bag at first.
Not a real big lead over at first base for Bradley. If he was going to run, even though they're 2 runs down in the ball game, this would be a good count to go on, the 2-1 count.
This one fouled the screen, evens up at 2-2. Johnny Gomes had started in this spot today for the Red Sox, was 0 for 2. And Mitch Meyer now batting here and playing in right field. David Ross waiting on deck with 1 out, 1 on. Red Sox trailing by 2 runs as they bat in the 8th. Rays are on their 6th pitcher. Red Sox have used 7 in the game so far. Bradley goes, and that is strike 3, and it turns into a double play. Strike him out, throw him out, and it ends the 8th. We head to the 9th. Bradley gunned down at second base after Meyer struck out at the plate. Rays have a 4-2 lead. Four to 2, Tampa Bay on top of Boston as we head to the 9th inning. And the Red Sox make another pitching change. Their 8th pitcher of the day for Boston, a guy that we got to know last year, right-hander Clayton Mortenson into the game for the Red Sox. 24 games last year, 5-3 with a 1.91 earned run average in his minor league work. Morrison spending a fair amount of time with the Red Sox during the regular season last year as well. He is 27 years old. And last year with Boston appeared in 26 games. 1-1 record, a 3.21 earned run average. Worked in 42 innings.
Spent time in Pawtucket and Portland as well as Boston, and he was part of the deal for Marco Scudero. It was made in January of the year before, and Mortenson into the game here for the Red Sox. They'll get a visit from David Ross as we head here to the top half of the 9th inning.
And one thing we know about Mortenson, throws a lot of changeups. That was his out pitch last year with the Boston Red Sox.
Here is Ty Morrison to lead it off in the 9th inning. Morrison reaching on a fielder's choice in the 7th inning. Into left center field and a base hit. And Morrison leads it off with a single to left center. We'll talk a lot about the WBC. It is coming up, and Jenny, some of the Red Sox involved in the WBC.
That's right, Don. I spoke to Xander Bogaerts earlier today, and he said it's tough leaving for the WBC because it is his first Major League spring training camp, but he's looking forward to the experience for playing for Team Netherlands. Bogaerts actually said he's excited to see the guys that he grew up playing with. He played with a lot of these guys in different Latin American tournaments growing up, and he's leaving right after this game. It's a 16-hour flight through New York to Taiwan. Donnie joked around, he does have sleeping pills for this flight.
Well, we went to Japan, and we remember that flight. That was something else.
Well, you know, Farrell was talking about it today and the fact that Bogaerts going to play in this competition. He thinks it's a great thing for him because the level of competition will be certainly higher than what you might see, you know, early in spring training in the groups that he's going to be facing. And playing on the big stage for his country, he thinks it's going to be a good thing for him to prime himself for the big league. So, but it is a lot of travel coming up for a lot of these players who are going to the WBC. And yes, sleeping pills are a necessity on trips like that.
"1-0 will miss, and it is 2-0. Tinoco the batter here with Morrison at first base. Nobody out in the 9th. Good sized lead at first base for Morrison. Mortenson noticed and fires to first, but Morrison back to the bag.
That open stance used, and it takes quite a bit of time sometimes to cross back over to get to the bag, but Morrison has a chance to do that without a problem.
Popped up foul and out of play. Ninth inning from JetBlue Park at Fenway South. As the Red Sox and Rays open up the Grapefruit League schedule. Rays had a 2-0 lead. Red Sox tied at 2-2 and a 2-run home run by Jose Iglesias. The Rays, with a 2-run shot of their own in the 8th, have taken a 4-2 lead. There goes Morrison. The pitch is high. Great throw from Ross, and out at second base is Morrison, gunned down.
Good quick release there by Ross, the catcher, and a good job blocking second base by Iglesias. I mean, he really showed very quick footwork right there, right over the top throw. Now watch Iglesias drop the knee down in front of the bag. Very dangerous, especially when that play is coming in feet first. That's not a habit you want to get into because you'll get cleated, and before you know it, you'll be in the doctor's office getting stitches.
To shortstop, Iglesias has got it. Throw is good, and there are 2 outs in the 9th inning. Sound like you speak from experience.
Yes, I'll tell you, I would not drop my leg in front of cleats coming in there. If they're coming in head first, that's a different story.
And 2 down here in the 9th inning. Mortenson, the batter, with 2 away in the 9th for the Rays. One tap foul evens up at 1-1. Pop up third base way. Bogaerts makes the catch that ends the inning. Big day for Jose Iglesias. First offensively with his 2-run home run. And a nice defensive play on the caught stealing. Red Sox trail 4-2. Coming up at the bottom of the ninth. Seven Sports, 450 acres. IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida is giving you the opportunity to train like a pro. Go to NESN.com/IMG for your chance to win a free week of youth sports camp. Now we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox have work to do as they trail by 2 runs. Tampa Bay out hitting Boston 7-5 as David Ross doing a very good throw. On the caught stealing defensively, and now comes to the plate offensively to begin things in the bottom of the 9th. His second at bat of the game. He struck out swinging in the 7th inning. Bushman returning to the hill for his second inning of relief for Tampa Bay. There's strike 1 to Ross. Ross last year with 9 home runs for the Atlanta Braves. .256 average, again playing in 62 games. Signed by the Red Sox as a free agent in November. Ross bats now. Hazelbaker waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the bottom of the 9th. Ground ball to short. O'Malley's got it. 1 down in the 9th.
As we mentioned, a lot of the scoring coming late in this ball game today. The 2 runs for the Red Sox on the Iglesias home run. 4 runs total for Tampa Bay in this game today. And pitching, dominating the ball game. First game of spring training, which is not unusual.
Hazelbaker walked in the 7th inning, getting his second plate appearance of the game here in the 9th. Red Sox in their home whites today. They'll wear them 3 times during the spring, and getting the Grapefruit League schedule off in the home whites.
Our next game, a night game.
Wednesday night in Sarasota.
Sarasota, Florida.
Complex has completely been redone. We went last year. Very nice. Orioles home.
You know, and I had never been to a lot of Sarasota, just except to the ballpark.
Yes.
But last year I got a chance to spend a little time going around the city and on the waterfront. It is absolutely
very
beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, we don't see much of it. We just come in the...
Yeah, we come into Ed Smith Stadium. If it's still Ed Smith, I think it is. Yeah. And, boy, there's some gorgeous areas in Sarasota. We should probably spend the night up there before the game done.
Fly ball to center field. Bourjos going back, and it's going to be over his head and off the wall. Hazelbaker heads for second base. He will get there standing. It's a 1-out double. Red Sox are bringing the tying run to the plate.
That ball hit pretty well by Hazelbaker to straightaway center field. And he'll find that center field wall. Nice compact swing by Hazelbaker. Does a good job staying back on it. Looked like an off-speed pitch. So the Red Sox continue to provide some offense here in the second part of the ball game.
1 out. Hazelbaker at second base. Here's Jose Iglesias, who already has a 2-run home run in this game. Hit it in the 7th inning. As he takes the ball low and outside. It's a fly ball out towards left center. And Bourjos from center field comes over to make the catch. Looked like that one may fall at first. The left fielder and center fielder kind of looking at each other. And Bourjos able to make the catch for the 2nd out of the 9th.
Yeah, he really covered quite a bit of ground. He will make that catch out there in center field. Was in control of it all the way. The ball was not hit all that hard by Iglesias, and Bourjos able to track it down.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. Just 20 years of age as he stands in. Bogaerts takes strike 1. Jerry, he resides in Aruba during the offseason.
So do I for about 12 days.
This one fouled off to the right out of play, and it's 0-2. Red Sox down to their last out. With 2 outs here in the 9th inning, trailing by 2.
The kid needs he wants an autograph bad. He's got a ball, pen. Wants to get anybody.
He's already got some names on there.
Yeah, he's got some names. He had a good day.
Fouled off to the right. Still 1-2. Bogaerts bats now. Nava waiting on deck. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Bogaerts grounds it back up the middle into center field. A base hit. Hazelbaker be waved around, and it's a 1-run game.
Now 2 hits today out of that third base position. Certainly Middlebrooks earlier in the ball game, and now Bogaerts on a breaking ball right there takes it back up the middle, and he'll drive in a run and make it a 1-run game. So Hazelbaker, who went off the center field wall, he scores. And the Red Sox trail it by 1.
Daniel Nava takes strike 1.
Bushman trying to finish the game here for the Rays, but the Red Sox have grabbed a run. Well, the Red Sox scoring coming late in the game. 2 runs in the 7th, a run here in the 9th. This one coming with 2 outs, and the second plate appearance of the day for Nava, who walked in the 7th inning. This one fouled off to the left, 0-2. Strike 3 call, and the Red Sox lose their opener of spring training. Dropped this one by a run today to the Rays, and the Rays pitching was pretty good for most of the day. Nice to see Jose Iglesias, Terry, with a 2-run home run.
Yeah, I think the 2 things, Don, that stick out in this game today for me, obviously, is John Lackey's first time on the mound after a shaky start, letting 3 base runners on, then got the next 3, including a strikeout in that. So for him, just to get back out there, I think for one appearance and get an inning under his belt has to be a bit of relief for him. And of course, as you mentioned, Iglesias with the home run, and good strong swing, taking it over the Green Monster for the home run. So those were the highlights, in my opinion, to come out of this game today for the Boston Red Sox.
So the final is 4-3. The Tampa Bay Rays down the Red Sox. Next game is on February 27th at 7 p.m. Wednesday against the Orioles. It's been a presentation of Nest New England Sports Network. We'll see you Wednesday from Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota. Have a good night, everybody.